on, and then have people pay you, and then they get the extra director's cut.
Smart idea.
So,
yeah. You can't. I mean, yeah, I shouldn't have given this away for free, guys. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Any final thoughts about it? Do you have anything else, Jay?
I'd like to pick out the music. Preacher's briefly listening to a song called Remote Control Soul by Bass Odyssey, or it could be Bass Odyssey, because it's Sharks, I don't know. And it's not a great song. In the deleted scene, Sam Jackson even says, "I hate this song." And I'm not going to go through my usual breaking down the lyrics. There's a few things you could try and elaborate into being Shark or Deep Blue Sea bass, but I can't. It's not going to happen. So yeah, that song exists. It's on the soundtrack. You can go and listen to it if you want to. I didn't particularly enjoy it myself, but there we go.
That scene when they're at the birthday party and LL Cool J throws Samuel L. Jackson some shade after he says, "Okay, brother," or something like that. But then they're completely fine. That doesn't carry over into the deleted scene when they're talking about, the parrot likes Samuel L. Jackson. I don't remember all the characters' names. Sorry. It doesn't carry over. I don't know if it carries over into the rest of the movie at all either.
This is the only time they share the screen.
Okay.
I think the bird has most of its scenes with LL Cool J and then briefly a shark.
Right.
I think this is one of the few scenes kind of set in the kitchen, and they cut most of it.
Mm.
But Sam Jackson did say in the commentary that he liked working with the bird, and when the bird was on screen, you couldn't take your eyes off of it. And I have to agree. It's a great performance.
Outstanding.
But in the past, I have been trying to pick out the deepest, bluest scene of the film, and I think so far this is the deepest, bluest scene. It's definitely one of the deepest, and it's one of the two so far that have been very underwater.
Oh, big time.
And there's also quite a lot of blue in this scene. You've got Brenda's screens that she's looking at the maps at the start. There's a lot of blue on there. You've got a lot of water, a lot of pipes, and that in Preacher's kitchen look bluish. There's all of the tanks and the windows pointing to the water. They're all blue, or various shades of blue. Obviously, Russell's jumper is blue. It looks like a blue wall, but no, it's just a giant glass screen that will become not there in a future scene. That's blue.
So there's more blue in this than Krzysztof Kieslowski's Three Colors Blue.
Yes.
I would not know, but I assume so.
Yeah. Yep.
But all of the swimming scenes, it's entirely blue. Nothing but blue on the screen.
This is bluest by far. It's so blue.
Yeah, it's the deepest, bluest scene so far. I'll keep an eye on this. I still want to make a graph.
I
Check our
do
Instagram
find
account if you want to have something.
I am absolutely terrified of deep water. So in a way, those scenes with Carter. Carter. Why did I think his name was Cutter?
Someone who cuts.
That kind of made me feel really uncomfortable because I've only been snorkeling once, but I had a panic attack, like agoraphobia. But anytime I'm looking down into water and I can't see the bottom, I don't like that. Because I saw Jaws as a little kid and it scared the you-know-what out of me. So those were kind of unnerving scenes for me, the parts in the water.
Yeah, not our first guest who hasn't been in the sea since they saw Jaws.
Oh, really?
Amanda from a few weeks ago. She's been terrified since her dad, Richard, showed it to her when she was 4 years old. So that's entirely on him.
I remember being afraid when I went to bed that somehow the shark was going to learn to walk on land.
Well, epaulet sharks can.
Travel to Chicago and track me down in my basement apartment. But now it's been embedded in my mind ever since.
Well, if they have kelp breathing apparatuses, they could get to you.
Yeah.
I guess. All right. Eric. Thanks, Mark. I feel really
great. This is the problem with recording episodes before the previous one's been released.
Oh, I see.
I'm stealing it from the other guys. There's a speech in the other guys.
Last week.
Yeah, so it's this other guys thing, and then I referenced it last week.
Oh yeah, the tuna.
Yeah. I'll come up on land and I will kill you. That's a great shark movie right there. That's a great sea soggy saga tale right there. I shouldn't do a fake episode about that.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Marlin versus tiger, lion.
Have you got any other notes on this scene, Mark?
I mean, I love that they just painted the background blue. They realized CGI was too expensive, so they did that. Just another neat kind of piece of production design. No, but I love the room. I like the scene. I think it's just at this moment it starts getting weird. I love that I finally noticed Jim's look when stay focused, everybody. Why did I say that? I said that in an Elvis accent. Because I have a note here. I have a note here that says Elvis has left the building. And when I was looking for that note, I read Elvis. Oh, it's try to focus, everybody. Wait, no, that wasn't even Elvis. I lost it.
I'm fairly sure Stellan Skarsgård has never played Elvis, but I am here for that film.
Well, if he's ever been in a movie with Val Kilmer, Kurt Russell, or Kevin Costner, Bruce Campbell. Wait, has he? Okay. Has Stellan Skarsgård been in a movie with Bruce Campbell, Val Kilmer? Oh, wait, no, that was Snowman. That was Val Kilmer. He wasn't in that movie. Let's see.
He has not done one with Bruce Campbell.
Oh, man. Okay, well, yeah, I just love to try to stay focused. That made me really happy.
These actors who've played Elvis, I'm missing.
Yeah, they are.
Oh, you gotta get Gary Busey in there then.
Oh yeah, and Bokeem Woodbine, Christian Slater.
Oh
hell yes.
Nicholas Cage.
Wow.
Didn't he honeymoon in Vegas? Right? Did he dress up as Elvis?
Yes,
I believe so. Yes.
If memory serves from the commercials.
Val Kilmer was in Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, and Stellan Skarsgård was in a different version or different film, also called Kiss Kiss Bang Bang.
Done.
That's the closest I can get.
Done. Well, Robert Downey Jr. was in that, and they were in Avengers together. Sold.
Yeah.
Where did the term Elvis has left the building originate?
Well, what happened was Elvis was in a building.
I'm gonna kill you. I swear to God.
So there was a PA, right? And so during like when he was first getting big, he was getting real popular, getting a little full of himself. He was at a recording, and they were halfway done with an album, and he left. And the people recording talked to a PA who was out of his league. Like, where'd Elvis go? He's like, Elvis has left the building. That was it. That's the whole story.
Is that true?
No.
Okay.
But I say it with conviction, so it sounds true.
You did say that with much conviction. Yes.
Stupid. Sorry.
Okay.
That was a bad story, guys.
Apparently, it's a phrase that was used to public address announcers at the conclusion of Elvis Presley concerts in order to disperse audiences who lingered in hopes of an encore.
So close to what I said.
When he left without doing an encore, they said he's left the building to try and disperse his fans.
So did the Aquatica crew not want Carter Blake to leave?
Well, yeah, it's dangerous down there.
Does he have a fan club?
Scoggins is number one.
Oh, that's what it is.
Fan club.
Yeah, there it is.
And Russell was a quick sign-up when he saw him wrangling the shark to get the license plate out.
In a Zucker Brothers movie, after he said Elvis has left the building, there would have been about 8 fans going, "Oh!" Like they pan over and there's 8 people.
Okay. I think that'll do it for this chapter. Sean, where can the listeners find you online?
I've got. Well, I kind of have 4 podcasts, but the one is just out there. It's not, but it's the most popular. If you are interested in any way whatsoever on Columbo, I've got the Columbo Confab podcast. And then my friend Steve and I finished that, and then we started a podcast called We Watch on Netflix.
We'll call that Poop We Watched on Netflix.
Okay.
It's for the family-friendly audience to this show.
Of course, I had to choose a name that was what they call problematic. But yeah, so you can look that up. We only have a few episodes out, but we're gonna watch Terrifier next time.
Oh, I can't wait for that episode. I hear that movie's gnarly, so I'm looking forward to hearing this.
It is really, really disgusting and slashing, and there's bodies carved up and everything. And then I have the Best Picture podcast, which we work very hard on. We just finished 1939, all the Best Picture nominees, watching them one at a time, and then making our own decisions on whether or not, the right movie won. And now we're working on 1990, which means this weekend I get to watch Godfather Part 3. So.
So do you talk about films that weren't nominated when you? So what should have been nominated instead?
Yeah, after we're done with talking about the main 5 or however many were nominated, we rank them and then we talk about what movies should have been nominated, which we didn't really do for 1939 because we don't know what movies were popular back then. But in 1990, I can tell you, I don't know why the hell Ghost was nominated for Best Picture. There had to have been a better movie to nominate rather than Ghost.
So have you done 1999 yet?
No, 2009. Not
Because like,
1989.
you can immediately kick out the cider house rules in favor
Oh
of
my
Deep
gosh. That
Yeah.
slog of a lifetime movie. That and he did a couple. That and Seabiscuit. There's a lot of 1980s movies that are like that too. That are just like, oh, it's just like. I mean, have you ever seen The Mission? It's terrible. It's got really good music, but it's a terrible movie. Anyway, okay. And that's where you can find me. Wherever you find podcasts.
Excellent. Good. Well, listeners, you can find Deep Blue Sea the podcast on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Deep Blue Sea Pod on all of those, and email us deepblueseapod@gmail.com. Mark, where can the listeners find you?
You can find my Movies, Films, and Flicks podcast on everywhere you listen to podcasts. It's just at number 3 in Ireland, by the way, y'all. That's kind of cool. And so topped NPR for a day. That was pretty cool. And then
fantastic.
Find my stuff, my writing at Movies, Films, and Flicks, Movies, Films, and FLIX.com. I also research and help write the videos for Rotten Tomatoes, so go check out the Versus series. I write articles for them too, so I think by the time this is released, I have an article about Paul W.S. Anderson out and the 25th anniversary of Mortal Kombat and a few other ones. I also do all the research for their podcast, and then I've been working with the Film Theorists on YouTube, and I have a video up about the Joker's cash pile and being a billionaire. So I wrote that for those guys, for Matt, Pat, and the guys. And I might have other ones. So let's look at Film Theory and see who writes the Film Theory videos. I might have some of those on there. And then Deep Blue Sea and Facebook. Go to Movies, Films, and Flicks Facebook. We run fun tournaments. Everyone's super pleasant. Do that. And then, yeah, I don't know, listen to the podcast. That's about it.
My credits are far less impressive. LifeVersusFilm.com is my personal site where I occasionally write stuff, but I mainly do things over for the LAM, the Large Association of Movie Blogs, large-movieblogs.com, where I am one of the hosts of the LAMcast, where we have Actors of the Month, Films of the Month, Directors of the Month, that kind of thing. We do polls and games and whatnot over there as well. So, yeah, that's where you can find me. So, come back next week for Chapter 9. But as for this week, as for Synchronized Attacks, I have been Jake Lewis.
Mark Altmar.
And thank you very much to Sean Homrig.
Thank you. It's been an honor.
Bye.